on, everybody? It's your boy C4 coming at you with another video. I got my boy with me, the Sith. It's been a long time since we dropped the video together. Say what's up to the people, man.
What's going on, everybody? It's been too long. I missed all of y'all. I truly have. I need a big hug from y'all.
All right. So, man, there's been so much going on since the last time me and you dropped the podcast together. What
I've been doing? I've been mainly working my ass off, of course, and I've been doing a little bit of gaming, not too much as from the last time we chatted. I've been playing a lot of MMOs from Guild Wars 2 to anything on the console, mainly 2K5 NFL, going to old school.
Oh,
yeah, and I just recently did a tournament at the store for Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That was a pain in the ass. Don't even... Oh, that was a horror fest. I can't even tell you. But Tekken Tag Tournament 2 tournament, I definitely whooped some ass in that for the first round and got my ass kicked in the second round. But that's okay, because I took the first round, and that's what's all that matters. So that's pretty much what I've been doing.
Okay, all right. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But
so, man, well, you want to know about C4. I thought we was going to jump on into the video. Well,
no.
I don't mean to brag and I don't mean to boast, but I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But yeah, your boy C4, your boy C4 been busy, man. You know, like a lot of people saying, my 360 finally died on me back in like December, right after Christmas or whatever.
I hope you gave it a good burial, at least.
Oh man, yeah, I gave it a great burial. I sold that motherfucker on eBay.
I guess that works.
As far as everything else, man, I just got finished illustrating my first book, so that was something I've been up to. Now, I know I hit you with a surprise on that. You didn't even know about that.
Didn't I? Ooh, we're going to have to talk about that.
Yeah, so I did that, and aside from that, been going to school, you know, hanging out with my lady friend, you know, just doing stuff like that. Putting the gaming to the side and bringing the life a little more to the forefront, you know?
Well,
so that's what I've been doing.
You know that's all going to come to an end, you know, at the end of winter, right?
Oh, man. Talking about two juggernauts coming out around the same time. I'm going to have to hear that. When are we going to go somewhere? When are we going to do something? And I'm going to have to say, bitch, I'm playing my games.
We can definitely just tell her we're going to the couch and we're going to test the controller, and we're going to play 2-player. And you better not suck ass. Can you do that?
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, she like games, so, you know. I shouldn't have too much of a problem getting her to sit her ass down with me sometimes. You know?
Oh. Well, that all sounds nice and nifty.
So let's go on and let's jump into a topic, man. Let's go ahead and talk about this Sony conference that happened today, man.
Oh.
Wait, give me
first. You want to give me the floor?
Go ahead, take the floor, man.
All right. First and foremost, Sony, hand claps to you. Finally, you are learning from your mistake. You learned, and that's the best thing to see from any company is seeing them learn from their mistake and going up big. And I'm telling you right now, C4, that these guys, Sony, has initially just dropped the bomb on the game companies. Boom. Nintendo and motherfucking Microsoft. Even though they haven't really said much for Microsoft, Sony has just set the bar really high to pass. We saw a lot of good news, a lot of great online features. We saw how powerful the PlayStation 4 will be at launch, hopefully. And the games, obviously the most important thing about the console, that itself looks fucking fantastic. Like, I enjoyed everything that I saw. Everything. What was that one game, that animated game they first showed? I think it was called Knack.
Yeah, Knack.
That reminded me of a Pixar game. Like, a Pixar movie, actually.
Yeah, it did. It reminded me, actually, of, what was that game? I want to say Jak and Daxter with the little, or what's that game with the little, like, meerkat or whatever, got the big ears and they got the little robot sidekick?
Yeah, I think that's, I want to say, no, that's, Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet
There
and
we
Clank.
go. Yeah, see, we're not complete fucking failures. We do know our fucking games, people.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of the little robot from that game.
It does.
That name.
Only a bit more fucking revolved and badass looking, maybe? Or would you say Ratchet, the little robot thing from Ratchet and Clank, is much better looking?
It looked pretty good. I mean, it kind of, I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning it kind of turned me off because I was like, this looks real kiddie. But then as I started paying attention to what they were saying and the atmosphere of the game, it's got a kiddie look, but it's gonna be a little more mature than what it puts itself off to be. So it looked like a pretty good title in my opinion. Can't wait to see some more of it.
Me neither. I am highly anticipated for this game. And that's not the only game they showed. They showed off, let's see, what was the next lineup in that order that they showed? They showed Killzone. Killzone Shadowfall, which I guess a lot of people are saying it's a prequel or it could be the sequel to Killzone 3. My initial thoughts, that game looks really, really good. Like, I was very impressed graphically and gameplay-wise on how that really played.
Sony, I don't mean to cut you off, but I gotta give Sony mad kudos for the simple fact that they didn't just show up with some CGI pre-rendered cutscene. It was actual gameplay, so we gotta give them mad thumbs up for that.
Big thumbs up.
Because a lot of other developers came there with their pre-rendered footage, but the guys at Guerrilla actually came there with some real gameplay, and I love that. That's what I like to see in a conference.
Yeah, they wasn't like, fucking tail-turning it around. They was fucking actually doing work, and that's how you do it. They came to make the paycheck. I like that. What was the best moment of Killzone you say the most you enjoyed out of that video?
I enjoyed the scene where they was flying over the city. It actually showed the depth of field that's going to be in this game. It showed that the power behind it is going to be able to project all of this stuff on our screen flawlessly. I know this is going to sound weird, but the little like tab that was hanging down and just blowing in the wind when he lifted up the helicopter door?
Yeah.
I was amazed at how seamlessly and realistic that thing was flaring in the wind. I know that's going to be weird. It sounds crazy.
No, actually, that's really good because this console is so powerful that it can pick up these little details with ease. Like, now, like, every little thing will be picked up. Just a tad bit of that hair on your chin will be seen in this game. That's fucking amazing. To me, the best thing out of this game I saw, which reminded me of Die Hard, the recent Die Hard movie that just came out, because I love fucking Die Hard, is when he was running off the fucking building to jump onto the rope and climb and to shoot the guy that was in the chopper or whatever kind of hovercraft that was. That right there gave me goosebumps of how action-packed this game will be, and how awesome you can be in this game. And like you said, it showed it off very effortlessly. Can't talk. Effortlessly. There we go. Yeah, I was just really impressed. Really impressed with Killzone. And I normally don't like Killzone. So this was a really big statement to make.
Yeah, it was a great showing. But the highlight in my opinion, and they showed a lot of nice things, but it was two highlights in my opinion. The first one, and you know me, Sith. I'm not a racing game fan at all. But what was that game called?
Drive Club?
Drive Club. There you go. The enthusiasm that this guy had, it sucked me in, man.
Oh, that I wanted to mention that. I definitely wanted to mention that. This guy, there's people that come out and they make an announcement. And, you can see when they're talking business, and you can see where someone is really, really, really excited about their own game that they created. And we don't see that very often. We actually see the other side. We see the business side. This guy, he comes out. He's strolling in like a pimp. And he's just like, look, we built this game that we've always wanted.
He said they've been building it for 10 years.
10 years. And his expression, his excitement was shown in
it got everybody else excited. It got everybody else excited about it. You know,
I think that what drove me into the excitement, because if you just talked really basic and just kind of bland, and he gave out this information, I don't think the same hype would be there. I mean, I would still be hyped because I'm a racing fan, but this gave me more of a hype because I feel like I can somewhat trust him in that this game will be pretty damn badass. So, what this game showed was a lot of great detail. He wanted to make a first-person racing game, not just some game you can walk into the cockpit like Forza or Gran Turismo. No, he wants you to experience the car, feel the car, like you've never before in a video game. And he showed that in this demo that he presented. When you step in foot of the car, it felt great. Like, to me, even watching it, it felt great. And I didn't even touch the controller. It felt really good. Seeing the character's head turn left and right, and at the end of the video, you just see, like, the other guy in the other car look at you, and you know that that's an online player that's looking at you knowing it's about to get real. I'm about to fuck you up.
The shit is about to go down.
It's just that dramatic music, like, dun, dun, dun. Like,
what really appealed to me was the way they were going about the game. It's like always being connected to your club, always being challenged by rival clubs, and the fact that it's like factions, but it's and this is what I was talking about video game companies taking everyday concepts and stretching them and making them something bigger, giving them different layers, giving them depth. It's like it's a racing game at its core, but it's so much more because you got an actual club with you and all your friends, because there's so many different communities based on Forza. It's so many communities based on Gran Turismo where these people actually take this stuff seriously. And this seems like it's going to be the title that's going to actually take it's going to take it serious. And I think this is going to be a diehard racing fan's dream game. Always being able to, even when you're on your phone, if you're on your PlayStation Vita, always being connected to your entire crew, being able to say what you need to say to them, being able to throw down a challenge to a rival crew. You're gonna see car clubs going at it all the time,
right?
And that's gonna be real cool for the racing fan community. I think that's gonna be their dream game.
Yeah, for me, like, I can definitely tell you without a doubt in my mind, like, I was part of a community like that in Forza myself. It was a drifting community where a lot of people just focused on downhill drifting or uphill drifting. And the one thing that held the, Forza, what was it, Forza 4? Yeah. That held that back was just because the community was not that excessive unless you go onto the website itself, and it's a little bit more excessive. But in this game, it's all integrated in your game, like literally in your game, and you can, like, we forgot to even mention this, stream your game with the community. It's just a really big deal for this. Like, I'm highly excited to see where Forza community goes with this, and also more detail about this game. Like, will we be able to customize our cars just like Forza? Or will we be able to tweak our car, which most likely I feel that we will. But it's just a lot of news for this game to come soon will be amazing to hear.
Exactly, and I can't wait to hear more about it myself. E3 can only bring more good news. But we're going to stop right quick. We're going to hit you with a tune, and we're going to get right back to you. people, welcome back to the show. I hope you enjoyed that music break. So we're going to jump back into this PlayStation 4 conference.
Oh, hell yes. I can't wait.
Yeah, man, we was about to talk about the second thing that we enjoyed about it the most, which was that presentation by Media Molecules, where they showed how you can create sculptures, and they had the little marionette show where they had the move controllers, and they were making people play guitars and dance and all of that stuff.
I swear to God, man, that was awesome. That was fucking crazy.
It was, man. I enjoyed that a lot. That is showing the creativity of this system right here. That really sparked my interest because that's one of the main things that I'm missing in gaming right now, and that's creativity. Yeah. You know, so many titles give you the same feel. You know, they give you the same game with better graphics, but this is going to take the next generation of gaming to the next level, in my opinion.
I feel like this game is what game developers do. Like, it's like an easy pass. It's like, welcome to the world of game development, where we're going to give you the easy tool to make your own character. And when they showed what you can make, like, I was sitting here thinking to myself, like, man, like, this ain't going to be nothing. Like, this is probably going to be some little gimmick for the, the move again. But God, no. Like, this was, like, something completely insane. Like, I can build a face. If I'm really that talented with the move, I can build a face that looks like my face. Like, and
Lord, I don't want to see that.
You know what? You shut your face. Like, this thing is so unique, so innovative. At the end, when they showed where, like, they were messing with the puppets, and they were playing instruments. If that was actual real-time gameplay, and I can do that, I swear on everything. If everything is straight with this console, like price range and all, like I will get that game in the move. I guarantee you that, because that right there is endless possibilities. I like games where, I won't get the same results twice or 3 times, like this is something that I know I can build something different each time. And, it's astonishing. We're finally at that point. So.
Yeah. That presentation right there reminded me of when Microsoft introduced the Kinect, and they showed all the crazy and wild things, or shall I say possibilities, that you'll be able to do with the Kinect. And a lot of it was pre-rendered, but I'm hoping that when it comes to the PlayStation 4, they actually implement a lot of those things. Because the Kinect had the possibilities to do crazy stuff like that, but
didn't fall through.
They never really followed through with it,
And like, it just makes you wonder. Like, if Microsoft is just sitting there just like, man, we fucked up. Like, I was like, look at what they did with the move.
I don't think they felt that. They already said that the 360 wasn't strong enough. So, the next Xbox will be launching with Kinect 2.0 support. I believe they said it's going to be built into the console. So it's going to be ready. So for Kinect 2.0, and this next Kinect is supposed to, track your fingers, your facial animations. So it's supposed to be real in depth. But we ain't going to talk about Microsoft right now. We're going to focus on Sony because, that ain't what we're here for. But
it's a Sony show. So
yeah, but it did remind me when they were showing the little things you were able to do. It reminded me of when they made an elephant with the paint and all of that stuff at the last E3 or whatever.
That's what the hell that thing was? I thought that was. I don't mean dead ass. Like, that's what that was.
That's what it was supposed to be.
Okay then. Well, you learned something new today.
What did you think about Capcom showing at the PlayStation 4 conference?
Oh man, where to start? Now, for graphic horrors out there, I know you guys nearly did yourself. I know you all did. Like, be honest. Like, for me, it was like Killzone 2 all over again. Like, you didn't know if it was gameplay or not. I feel that it was gameplay because of the hood that was shown on the bottom left. but there were certain points of the trailer where it showed like no hood, and you just saw like what looked like a cutscene, really detailed graphics that were really involved with the surroundings of that area and the facial features. And oh yeah, I'm forgetting the fire. Like the fire was insane. I was just like, wow, this is coming from Capcom. The same Capcom that I know, like
oh, don't worry about it. They'll find a way to.
I'm pretty sure they'll find a way to buy shit up.
They'll find a to sell that fire physics you was talking about. So be careful.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pay extra to get good fire detail. You gotta pay like $1.
But in my opinion, like the Pantaray thing they showed and stuff. What was it? Deep Dawn or Deep Down or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it was called.
Yeah, those titles, and even from Square Enix and stuff, they were the ones I think who showed the little hood at the bottom. It was the Square Enix game, I believe.
Oh, you're talking about the tech demo that they showed?
Yeah.
No. It was definitely the Capcom game that had the hood, because it had I think it was like a sword, and you can see parts where he was fighting the dragon, and that's when that hood was up. Yeah. And that's what gave me the sense that, I think this is gameplay. And if this is gameplay and it's running this fast and this smooth, we got ourselves a game here. And Capcom, if they can keep it up without boshing shit up, this might be a well worth purchase if everything's on.
But that was the thing that kind of turned me off a little bit. It was like a lot of those games, they show, while excited to see them, were pre-rendered cutscenes. For the most part. Right. Even when he was fighting the dragon, I honestly believe that was all pre-rendered footage. They just threw the hood on there. There's nothing to create. If you can create a dragon and you can create graphics that well, you can create a measly little hood to sit in the corner to make people think it's real.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I guess.
but like titles like that, and what was that game called? Infamous Second Sons and stuff. I liked seeing those titles, but I would have liked to see a little gameplay. But I know they're trying to save a lot of stuff for E3, so hopefully when E3 comes around, we'll see a little more into those titles.
Yeah, for me, I wasn't really into seeing Infamous 2. Or Infamous Sons. I was really hoping that they would focus more on new IPs than saying, hey, we have a sequel to this game, or we have a sequel to Uncharted. I was really hoping they would steer clear of things like that, because we know somewhere along the line they'll do them, but let's show things that are for the future that are new. You know what I'm saying? We got a new console, let's show new stuff. So...
And that's the reason why when you asked me what did I give the show, I gave it an 8 for the simple fact that, you showed me next gen, and at the end of the day, when you're showing a new console, that's what I want to see. I want to see the power under the hood, and they showed us that with Killzone 4. However, at the same time, it wasn't that amazing for the simple fact Killzone was never really one of my favorite titles, and, we've been there and we've done that.
Right.
We've shot all the Hellgun or Hellgone, whatever the hell they call, we can in the past 3 games.
Right.
So for me, I was looking for a title that was exclusive to the PlayStation 3 and that showed me the power. And then we saw, like I said, the Media Molecules. They showed some things, but those are more on the the other side of gaming. The quirky, fun animation style of gaming. I was waiting to see Beyond Two Souls, because I know that's going to be coming. Maybe a little bit more into that. They did show us Watch Dogs, which is a new IP, but that's not exclusive. So it was okay. But that game did look great. What you think about Watch Dogs? You excited about that?
I was really excited for that. And I do agree with you with, showing the multiplayer. However, it did give us an insight of what to see maybe for the 720, because if they're going to show something this powerful for the PlayStation 4, you would just think that, you know, the 720 will come out and look maybe not just the same, but maybe stronger. So just to see how graphically this thing looks and seeing at what possibilities you could do in this game, ability to pretty much hack everything and use it for your escape, your getaways, your information, is an absolutely remarkable thing. And remember, this console is so strong, 8 gigabytes of RAM. This thing can, like, this is a sandbox game, too. Imagine we'll be able to see different information each time. It will really be hard for us to see the same thing twice. There's so much we can do in the city. I can just see it now. So much replayability, I think, for the future of this game. That's pretty much what I think, though.
Yeah, it really did look great. I asked this to a partner of mine. Was it just me, or did you see a lot of Assassin's Creed in there when he was climbing up those scaffolds and stuff?
I was not expecting the freestyle running of this character. When I first seen him, he was doing a lot of walking, hacking, and I was thinking, well, maybe this is going to be a strategic type of game, maybe something that involves more strategy and thought than.
Yeah, I saw him more of a stealth guy, but.
This guy came out like a badass. Like, I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Like, he came out in slow motion, got his phone, hacked the guy, not hacked the guy, but hacked the thing that was right next to him. I think it was like a fan or something. Had it explode and tackled him and just fucking beat him with a nightstick. Like, like he owed him child support. Like, that was like, damn. You gotta be crazy. I like the part. This is my favorite part. When he was on the road and he was getting away from the cops, he saw the first group of cops. And he was like, "Oh shit, I gotta run." The first group of cops. And he was like, "Oh shit, I gotta run." So he just dipped out to the left and saw another cop. He shot his tire, and you saw him go by. Then I don't think it was in that order, but he also hacked this terminal thing to get the spike roadblock thing up. And got that one car, that cop car, just completely wrecked up. I enjoyed every bit of that. That was really high-paced action for Watch Dogs. It had me at the edge of my seat. So
yeah. And like you said, man, just seeing that, actually seeing what a next-gen game is going to be like and what it's going to look like. I mean, and you got to look at it like this. This is early next-gen.
Ooh.
So it can only get better.
Oh, yeah. At E3... we're going to, like, I have never been, like, E3, we got to think, has been dull for the past couple of years right now. Like, ever since the Xbox, PlayStation got launched, it's been dull. So, now to see some fresh new stuff, it's just completely exhilarating. I'm not even going to lie. For a gamer, really exhilarating. What else they got? Oh, Square Enix. Square Enix came out, and they showed up a tech demo, just like you were saying before. For me, I've already seen this tech demo. I saw it at the TGS live stream. No, I did not go to Tokyo. I made that sound like I went to Tokyo. My fault. I really wish I did, though. But, yeah, I watched it on the live stream. It was really good. Just a tech demo, though. But what the real information was that Final Fantasy will be seen showcased at E3 this year.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because I know you like Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy, I have a good idea what this Final Fantasy is going to be. It's going to be Versus, and here's the reason why. Final Fantasy Versus has been pretty much delayed for so long, it makes you wonder why, and this is why. Because they wanted to be patient, and they wanted to wait for better hardware. That way they can do what they wanted to do and release the game with better quality.
The console at least strong enough as a high-end or mid-grade PC.
Exactly. Because when they ran this game, there were still flaws. But now that they have a powerful PlayStation at their disposal, why the hell not? We're probably also going to see Last Guardian if we're lucky. Like, I believe that's why a lot of these games were delayed at this time, was because they had word of the PlayStation 4, and they were just like, let's just stall them as long as we as we can.
Yeah,
So
we might even see 8 days this time around.
I hope that God we see 8 days. There's so many things I hope we see. Agency. Imagine if they just had like a showcasing of the games that they delayed, and it's like, these are the games that we held back from you guys, and this is why, and they just showed off the games. So it was like, oh.
Well, it's, I've seen a lot of people saying it's been confirmed that Last Guardian will be either a launch title or released later on for the PlayStation 4. So I'm pretty sure we guaranteed to see that.
Well,
so I can't wait.
What about? Yeah, we're gonna see that for definite sure. I'm hoping we see that. But here's another one, and this is pretty much where it gets to the epic part of the conference, for me anyway, is the PC gamers are going to be mad as a motherfucker because Blizzard came out on a console stage. That was jaw-dropping for me because I PC game sometimes. And I know some people that do PC game. And when Blizzard came out and they showed off their console, I mean, not console, wow. Ooh, their game, Diablo 3 being played. Yeah. I was really shocked. There was a rumor about it not too long ago, but a lot of people dropped it off to not be true. So to see it being played on a PlayStation 4, and they also said that there are partners now, it's going to be a crazy time. It's going to be one crazy time for PlayStation.
Most definitely. I'm not really into RTSs or anything like that, but I'm sure that's going to be a welcome title to the PlayStation and or 720 if it's going to be released on that as well. That was an epic thing for Sony to showcase at their conference today.
No one saw it coming. Like if someone told me, yeah, I saw Blizzard coming out and making that, announcement, I was like, You sir.
Well, I don't know, because it's been announced for the PlayStation 3 for a long time, so it wasn't that.
I mean, it was a rumor, though. I mean, it wasn't a confirmed thing. So that's why I was like, oh, no one's seen this coming, because it was just a rumor. I didn't think this to be true, and them partnered with Sony. Like, holy shit. And, of course, that was only the one punch to the gut to Microsoft and other game companies and PC. The last fatality that Sony had to deliver was having Bungie come out to the stage. First Activision, of course, but then Bungie coming out and talking about Destiny and their exclusive content that's going to be for the game. What did you think about that?
As for the exclusive content, it's probably just gonna be some bullshit like some skins of Sly Cooper or something like that.
Sly Cooper.
You're gonna have some Sly Cooper gear or some Hellgone gear, probably some shit like that.
Aww.
Because Destiny is gonna be a multiplayer game, so I doubt it's gonna be anything too significant. But that's the cynical side of C4 talking. Now onto the real. I thought the game looked pretty good. That was the first time I actually saw it. I didn't really go on the web page or anything and see any pictures or nothing like that. So that was my first time actually seeing Destiny, and I must say the game looked pretty damn good.
Yeah, for me, it was. First off, Bungie is one of my favorite companies. Mainly because of Halo. Well, of course, Halo, that's the only major big thing that they've done. I know they've done big other games. But let's be honest, Halo's their big game. So I have been a fan of theirs for a while. And to see this game come out and hear them say that it's going to be a MMO, first-person shooter, open world is what we're getting out of this. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be really unique to see because we hardly see games like this, and we hardly get MMOs on a console. So to hear about this being on a console of this magnitude just shows you it pretty much sets a pedestal for other game companies to say, hey, we can make an MMO first-person shooter on a console like this. I think you can do it too. And guess what? That's where the money is. So a lot of game companies are going to follow, and I'm not usually for game companies following the same idea, but when you make an MMO, it's never the same idea unless you deliberately make it the same idea. You can come out with other MMOs, and I'm a huge MMO guy, so I feel that, Bungie's opening the door for other gaming companies to do, and that is how you do it.
All right. Well, I think it's time for us to wrap up this Sony conference. In a nutshell, what would you rate the conference?
I would rate this a 9 out of 10. A little high, but I feel it deserves it because it went out and it did what it was supposed to do. And it did it unexpectedly well, because a lot of people were expecting PlayStation 3 talk, PlayStation Vita talk, and a little information about the PS4. No. Sony came out and said, fuck that. We're going to hit you with the heavy hitter. We are going to hit you with the haymaker, and we're going to knock the competition out early with the PlayStation 4 reveal, and some games, and some hardware specs. Not too much. We didn't even really give out specs. We just said that it was really powerful, and we're using 8 gigabytes of RAM. And they showed off tons of games, which I hope are launch titles. And if these are launch titles, I will be highly impressed. This game will look like a purchase. They gave us a release time frame for winter. That was great. The only thing that they messed up on was we didn't see the console, which is understandable, and we didn't really get confirmation if there was cross-game chat, because I'm a man that really likes his cross-game chat, and it would be nice to know that we have it. Now, seeing how powerful that this thing is, and seeing all the social aspects that we can do, I feel that it will be there, but I feel that there's going to be a catch to it, and they're just leaving that out. So, in a nutshell, it gets a 9 out of 10 simply because it did its job, and that's how a game company is supposed to do. Now, Microsoft, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. It was a good show. It had its dull moments, but all in all, it was a good show. The reason I give it an 8 was because I was disappointed in one singular aspect of the PlayStation 4, and that is no backwards compatibility.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion,
that might change my rating.
Yeah. It's a method to my madness. I always have a reason behind why I do what I do and why I give what I give. Mm-hmm. And if that knocked off some crucial points, in all honesty, I would almost give it a 7 for that. But they showed the power of next gen. However, I will have to give it an 8 for the simple fact that I was disappointed by no backwards compatibility, because in my eyes that shows that the bullshit will continue on next gen. A lot of the titles we would love to play for the PlayStation 4 that we enjoyed on our PlayStation 3. If we don't keep our PlayStation 3 plugged up right next to our PlayStation 4, we will have to buy those titles all over again.
Now, did they say that they will be able to stream those copies of those games and put them onto the PlayStation 4? Because I was hearing information about it, and like I said to you earlier, there was so much information that was coming in, I could barely grasp everything. But I swore that they said something about you can take your old games and you can stream them onto your PlayStation 4, and it wouldn't hinder your gameplay.
Sony purchased Gaikai.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know. I really don't know too much of anything about Gaikai. I just know it's a gaming streaming service. So with that being said, either you'll have to buy your titles over again, or maybe pay like a monthly fee in order to use it. I'm not sure how that's going to work.
Yeah, but that sounds too good to be fucking free. But.
Yeah, we shall see down the road. But yeah, that was a huge turn off for me, not being able to just put the PlayStation 3 disc into the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I don't know why I forgot about that. That completely Pass on. You know what? Fuck that. You're getting an 8.75 from me just because of that. Because that is horrible.
Yeah,
oh,
but
that brings.
But like you said, that aside, they did a decent job. You know, I would have liked to see a little more games, but we must keep in mind that this was a pre-E3 show, and they want to save some stuff for E3.
That's too hard to believe, though. Did you see all that information? Like, come on. They even said in January that they would not reveal the PlayStation 4 and not reveal details. The hell is this?
It's tough the hell out of me, in all honesty. I would have preferred if they surprised us at E3 with it, but hey, they did it today. So now we got March, April, May, June. We got about 4.5 months of just anticipation on waiting to see what the hell else they got for us.
Oh man! And of course, I have to ask before we wrap up the conference, what do you think the price range of this bad boy is probably going to be? And do you believe that the online will be a subscription-based option?
Well, through the rumor mill, it's supposedly going to be $400 and $500 models. That seems about right.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah, it sounds reasonable. I really don't see Sony pulling another $600 console.
They did that. I will.
You know, that kind of hurt them doing that last gen. So I really can't see them pulling that again. If they do,
I mean, but with everything that they have, like, let's look at it like this. With everything that they have, last gen, when they tried to pull that shit, they had no games that were of interest and not enough features for it to be $600. They only had a Blu-ray player. Games look, I mean, I gotta go back to my reaction then. They were alright. Like, they weren't, they were alright. Like, they weren't mind-blowingly awesome at that time. I mean, it's debatable, but
personal
I don't
opinion,
think it was $600.
The launch was shit.
It was
you know,
shit.
You had your Resistance fans, but in a nutshell, it was shit. But
thank you for saying that, because I couldn't get it. I didn't have the heart to.
It sucked ass. But if it comes out at $600, then, you know, bless it to the people who pay that much. I never pay full price, and I never buy a system day one. So for me, it really wouldn't matter what it cost. But I see it at being around $400. You know, 400, maybe 500.
Okay.
What was the other question you asked me?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I actually did forget. So the question was that the paid online subscription. Do you think that this will have a paid to play online subscription, or do you think that it will be free to access?
Given all the community features they boasted about in this conference, I can't honestly say that I believe it's going to be free. They're going to have to pay for a lot of servers to handle this. With the video streaming thing they have, and where you can share videos and all of this sharing stuff they're going to be supporting, I can't see that being free. I believe all of those features are going to be considered PlayStation Plus. You know, I could see maybe still playing online would be free. I don't think they're going to go the route of Microsoft where you have to have gold to play online. But, you know, that's yet to be seen. But, no, I don't think you're going to get all of these new features they bragged about. We know where you can pass the controller off to a friend, or a friend online can play it through a level for you if you can't get through it and stuff like that.
Yeah, about that. Man, there's a lot of things we missed out of this. But go on. Continue.
Yeah, I don't see stuff like that being free, plain and simple.
I understand. Before we cut it close, I just gotta say, Sony, if this whole guide your player thing is true, I please beg of you to make it a limit of a time frame that you can do it in. Because if I find out that people are going to cheat their ass through a single-player game, imagine Dark Souls or whatever Souls for the PlayStation 4 come out, and someone's too, whack at the game to beat it on their own, make it to where they can't receive trophies, or they can't, or they do it for at least 10 minutes, 5 minutes, because this is going to be a really cheap feature. But in story-based games, I don't see this game. I don't see that feature being any type of useful at all.
Well, I kind of do. I mean, look at people like T-Mac, man. Our boy Def Online. He gets stuck in a lot of places that I breeze through. So it could be helpful for those people who aren't that great at gaming. Shout out to you, Tracy, man. I ain't talked to you in a minute. But,
hey, Tracy.
It's a lot of people who, aren't really that good at video games. So this feature could work for them. And sometimes you have people, even like myself, I get stuck in certain parts of games that just piss me the hell off. So
oh, don't leave me the only cynical motherfucker doing.
I'm not gonna leave you. In all honesty, it's a feature that I think is cool. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to. So, it's for those people who need it, plain and simple. If you don't need it, if you like me and you prefer to rough it out and tough it out, then we don't have to do that. So,
all right, that's understandable. Well, this pretty much wraps up what we thought about the conference. We rated it, we broke it down, and we tore it up.
And that is the podcast for today, fellas and ladies.
You know it.
This your boy C4.
And it's your boy the Sith.
And we out this bitch.
Deuces.